Because I think regarding the brand, we are maybe like one of the strongest in ULCS. Origin is strong, but I think we can compete for this third place, and I want to be like at this position. I don't want to be Arsenal, the first place every year. So I want to be third, but.
Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Neil, the owner of Team Vitality. We're here at the amazing V.Hive, which you'll see a bit of footage of right now. Tell me a bit about the facility and what the intention behind it was.
I think there is several intentions. First one, we wanted offices because, as you may notice, we fundraise a lot of money, so we're hiring a lot of people actually, really competent and from different backgrounds, so we are people from traditional sports, from marketing, from television, just to make sure like we will develop of course like the best product and aspiring like to be one of the best esports team in the world. So first purpose was the offices, and the second one we wanted like to have a kind of flagship, something bigger than a showroom, so because a lot of teams right now looking to create like small arena, shop and stuff like this, but in fact I believe in cycle. And back in the days, in my teenage years, I used to be like e-cafe, internet cafe user because I didn't have a proper connection at home. So I fell in love with this sport mostly because of this kind of place, because after school I went there and I played CSGO and I played a lot of video games right there with my friends, and it was something so social, so different, and it was amazing actually. And right now, after this, we had a connection at home. It was better conditions. It could be also private, you can have your own computer in your room. I don't want to know what is going on in your room with your own computer, but basically it was something better for sure. But right now, if you are looking like the young generation, for example, taking that's my example, but my cousin is pretty young. They are diehard fans of Vitality, good kids, and they told me like, but where does it come from? Your passion and stuff like that. And I told them, and they said, but is it a LAN? Is it a competition? They said, no, it's a small place where people play just video games. So it's a LAN, it's a competition. No, it's different. And they were super curious and amazed with that. And I said, okay, so I think there is something missing, in the middle, between our generation and the new one. And I wanted also to put experience into this, because if we are creating just a shop, people come, have the merch, there is no players. Sometimes you can do a fan meet, but it's often, because it's occasionally, it's not something, where you are feeling something, DNA or values or something maybe. So I wanted something really hybrid. So we create this space, like this internet cafe with 24 PCs, to make sure on daily basis people can come and play video games, everything will be available. And then we can modulate everything, we can remove the table, we can stock everything, we can put an enormous or big screen in the middle, we can remove everything and create a pit to do a masterclass, conferences, amateurs, tournaments, scouting grounds, also a lot of broadcasts, because there is also camera, light, everything because that's the beauty of esports. We are so complex, we have marketing, content, financial department, legal department, scouting department, sport department, performance, training facilities, teams in Berlin. We are global. So complex, so we wanted something really we can modulate, we a kind of laboratory, then we can adapt to everything, mostly. And if I want to do like I told you like a masterclass every Wednesday, I will ask Keda Postkropkila from Rocket League to come and to teach and give a lesson to young kids to how to jump in Rocket League or how to save the ball. They will come and they will show. So I wanted to create something like this, And of course, we put a coffee, because the coffee is really good for the brand awareness and also for family. It's a family-friendly environment. So I expect a father and a mother to come with his son or his daughter, using the co-working space to send mail, work on their stuff, read a book, I don't know, it's something good. And also in the same time, their sons, their kids will be in the other place to play video games, and it's good. I think it's healthy, and it also helps them to explain why they are so in love with gaming and why they're so in love with esport. Because back in the day, when I used to explain this to my mother, it was a bit intense, so she was like, okay, you are playing video games, you are doing competition, so it was something really tough to explain. She saw it, she was pretty open-minded, so it was good. I was really lucky, but this also place can help. And let's be also realistic, if I bring sponsors, non-endemic ones, if we are world finals every weekend, it's good because I can show them, in Paris, it's good because I can bring them to the venue, see the energy, see the show, and they will understand right away what esport is. But most of the time, we are in a global market, so there is no finals every weekend in Paris. So we have a flagship where they can meet your community, meet your brand, see how structured and how big we are in France, because we are the biggest team in France, basically. We are leader here, so we need to show our audience and also to create an access with them.
Absolutely. So, since you mentioned it earlier, how much money did you raise?
14. In the last 2 years, 34.
34 million euros. So, after a 2019 for the League of Legends team, what can fans of Vitality expect knowing those numbers for 2020? I kid, but
for leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to do a super team back in the day, with Ashani and stuff. It was not it was not.
The Hachani Police, was that it? No, Police was before.
It was before.
But it was Nuke Dog in the mid lane still.
Yeah, but Nuke Dog was good. Nuke Dog was good, and it's still good. Yeah, Steelback used to be like the best player in Rocket and Unicorn of Love. But, I mean, at this time of, back in the days, it was so different because no franchise for sure. So you're getting emotional, if you lost your spot. Yeah. Because you could lose your valuation, you could lose basically 1 million value just because you are so bad at League. So at this time, you could not develop talent. You could just go for names, something we will show you, which you probably invest. So it was pretty dumb. And let's be honest, before Yamato, we were so bad to understand the game. Yamato came and we are so grateful for what he brings to Vitality, because before him, we were not a playoff team. So yeah, 2019 is a really, really bad year, especially after 2018, where we overperformed and we were so good. But at least we are doing playoff, So even in a bad year, we are doing twice playoff, So it's better than 2017. So no more super team. I don't believe in shortcut and things like this. So we will see.
Okay, very excited on that end for sure. What were some, since we've already mentioned the Hachani times and all that kind of stuff, what were some of the lessons you learned over those fickly rosters in the past that didn't make playoffs, for example?
So we learned so many things actually, and we are modest guys, on many things. And the first thing we learned is we are not expert. And when you are not expert, you put someone who knows over you, and there is no ego like this. When we are not able to do something properly, we are not doing it, or we're hiring good people to do it. For Ashani and stuff, it was, we wanted names. The guys was in KT, done an amazing season. And the culture difference is so big, and we saw it also with Mowgli. Mowgli was, it was a tough year for him. He performed pretty well in spring split, and in summer it was more difficult. I think imports in Europe is a risky game. It could be something really good, or it could be a disaster. And I think G2 leads the way for sure with the super team. Also, Fnatic are doing a great job with only European people also. So, and Place done the same. So I think right now we have enough talent in Europe anyway to form the team like this. But I will learn so many things. I learned to be a owner actually, because my place is not in a gaming house or in the sport and stuff like this. I need to sit back and let the good people to work with the team and the unit. we learned so many actually good things, but not enough to win the championship. So we need to learn quicker.
Are you confident that you can win a championship with G2? Potentially winning Worlds at this point? This was recorded before finals, but yeah.
I think, let's be honest, G2 will destroy next year also. So right now everyone is going to be second of if Fnatic stay like this also, or third at least. So, and I think I'm really also realist on something like this. We are not here to win on the shortcut, and that's awful to say this because all my life is about winning. You know, at the end of the day, we are an esport team, so the best shortcut also to acquire the audience, to have great sponsors, is to be a successful team. But if I'm going for this kind of race, we will lose the game because G2 is way too good at League. Fnatic has this DNA. It's so impressive, the culture to win and stuff like this. Even if they change player, they adapt every year and they are so competitive. So it's really, really impressive. So at some point, what I want to do is I want to be the third team, to compete with them and to stay like this. Because I think regarding the brand, we are maybe like one of the strongest in ULCS. Origin is strong, but I think we can compete for this third place, and I want to be like at this position. I want to be. I don't want to be Arsenal, the first place every year. So I want to be third. But
I'm an Arsenal fan, by the way. I would take fourth place right now.
I used to be Arsenal fan because of French people, but I cured because I tried so much for this club. It's a disaster. Yeah. So right now I'm fine. Yeah. I'm cured.
No, it's a similar story for me. After Özil got benched, I was like, no, I'm done with this. Different topic. So okay, so you want to be like kind of like we have Man City, Liverpool, and I guess will be the third club. Yeah, that's a good question. So maybe you also want to be that third club in LEC then.
I think we have to be a top club in LEC. We are doing great. We have a great brand. We have a great audience. We have a great fan base. I think we are a strong brand right now. We have maybe the best sponsors in the West also. So I mean we need results. We need to be more competitive. And of course I'm not happy with a sixth place. Even after we've done World last year in Korea, it was the best experience of my life. Basically, it was so amazing, and I was so proud of the guy. So I think we deserve better. But for this, we need to work harder and stay and work with a lot of humility also, because this year needs to be a lesson for what we failed, and we need to rebuild and to find a way to be more consistent, to improved on the long run, and at least one season to deserve at least to be a title contender. But right now we don't belong there. I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, if we are going for the first place, it will be really something I will be really proud of it, and I will sign right away. But you never know. Origin last year and Misfits used to were so hyped, and everyone expects them to crush everything alongside G2 and Fnatic, and they failed also. So that's the beauty of sport, and also the worst part. You never know. Sometimes you are going with a full bunch of rookie and you are doing amazing things, and the last year you expect them to be like godlike, and it doesn't happen. They don't show up. So it's also on us and the management side, and that's our responsibility right now to work with a lot of humility once again, and to find the right balance to create a competitive team for next year.
How important is the academy system now, or like the regional system, so to speak, for the European leagues? Because you guys have a great team with Vitality B. You participated in Neo Masters. Seiken looked really good, but also a couple of the other guys looked really promising. As rookie Seiken even got to play a bit of LEC when Jizuka was ill. So is that like going to be a huge part of Vitality's talent building and future rosters?
Definitely. I think we missed an opportunity last year maybe to use more academy, I think. But we were all aligned on this plan, and we trust and rely on Yamato a lot, because he knows what he do, and he's an amazing coach. But I think, for sure, we expect, I think, on behalf of everyone to be more close and to use more the academy side, because, for example, skins is an amazing prospect. So for sure, we also have to find, and not to be a promise, but something like this. Academy doesn't mean you will play in LEC, but it's also the best way to create a relationship. And I think LFL is a great for sure market, but for next year we will create the same facility as we have in Stade de France in Berlin. So we will build like an offices to bring the two teams in Berlin, because I think that's only good things in NA. I think the relationship between their academy team and their main team is something really good, because you create healthy competition between them. They can help each other, because the purpose in academy, when I will sign an academy players, he has to understand he will be an academy player, because we don't have enough time to, try things on stage. It's best of one. The season is so complicated, especially when we are in Europe, and everyone is so competitive. So you don't have that much time to give them, best of one, except if you are out of the playoff race super early on. But the academy, the relationship between academy and main team needs to be really built, and that means they need to live with each other, to see at the office each other. If someone is sick or if someone cannot adapt to a meta, I remember when ADC used to be mid laners, it was, it was the best shortcut for Fnatic is to using Bwip also when ADC used to be also top laners. So sometimes it could help also to have better player pools. So I think it's something where we looking for right now, and we are high expectation on this. And also it's the purpose to an academy to educate and create talents. And I'm pretty comfortable with that. And I want to tell this story also, because I will be so pleased and so honored and proud to have like an academy player detected by Vitality, be able to start in LEC at one day. Not if it will be the case for next year, but that's one of our purpose, And I don't believe academy should be like full of only huge prospects, because you cannot have 5 huge talents in academy and really solid teams in LEC at the same time. It's so frustrating for everyone, and at the end of the day, it's really good only for market value because you can sell them. but I expect also like to have one or two really good prospects and develop them surrounded by really good coaching staff and veterans also who understand their position, because otherwise it will be full of conflicts, full of bad ego, and that's also what we need to learn, because I'm not saying we know. And I'm just saying like we need to be really to take careful of this and to make sure like we are creating a good environment.
Absolutely. So there's actually something we can learn from NA in that regard. Didn't expect to hear that anytime soon. But in that regard, anything you would like to say to the Vitality fans who've been supporting you throughout all the years?
I mean, we are so lucky to have you. Actually, we are more and more international, which is good because we have a lot of English speaker Brazilians, South Koreans, a lot of people. So are really grateful for what you give to us. Actually, like your cheers to your love. Everything was amazing, even if it was a tough year on League. Hopefully we've done great in CS. So it was at least something good for us. But for sure we want to be more competitive and to be like one of the best team in the league. But for this we will, how to say this? Like, we want to take our time and make sure like we are building like the basics, and to make sure like the team is here to stay, and at some points to understand like what is the culture of winning.
Hashtag V4Vitality in the comments. If you watched until the end, you're a true legend. If you did, thank you to all our patrons, and thank you to Neo for this interview. Make sure to follow him on Twitter, of course. This was Darius from the Shotcaller, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. We'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Bujnowicz, Erich Althaus, Lukas Legal, Lazy Raven, and Adam Novosviat for your continuous and very special support, and of course all the people whose names you see scrolling past you right now. We have a lot of amazing projects, and of course Worlds 2019 in Europe coming up, so thank you so much for supporting us and enabling us to do our work. Thank you.